watch out for fire extinguishers. So it's tempting, and this is especially for me, I'm like this, but it's tempting to focus on what's not working. It's tempting to, and there's some balance to this, but it's tempting to focus on what's not working. And so, of course, we need to fix and adjust and make adjustments to our methods and everything. But we need to focus on the positive things moving forward as far as in the context of fueling the fire, because I think that's how burnout happens often. Is I didn't even think about burnout. That's kind of like related to fire, isn't it?
I almost said it earlier, and then I was like, nah.
So, but I think that's what happens is we get tired, but often what happens is we're looking at the things that are negative in whatever we're doing, the ministry that we're doing, and maybe things are just not going right, and everything's not perfect. It's not operating correctly, and we start focusing on those negative things. And then that leads to the burnout. It's just like, what's the use anyway? You know,
you're not putting full effort in anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think like when you do focus on those limitations, like we talked about a second ago, and you just like focus on, well, we can't do the river anymore because we have carpet in here,
right?
And we can't do the fire pole because we don't have carpet in here, you know, and we can't do anything to the ceiling because it's finished, you know, or the walls because they have sheetrock.
Yeah.
But so the focusing on the limitations or stuff like that is another thing that causes, I think, just being discouraged.
Yes. Yeah.
And cause you, and like for other people, like if you say like, oh, well, we don't have the space or something, you know, to do that, there's so many excuses that you can use as to why you can't do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you focus on that, I feel like that's really discouraging.
Yeah. Well, and I just talked about this with somebody on a podcast, but Brother Aaron, I think, Ministry Momentum. And I was talking about John C. Maxwell says something like, he's talking about basketball, and he's like, when you're winning, nothing hurts. And then when you're losing, everything hurts.
Yeah.
So I think the same thing is like when you start going down that rabbit hole, it's just like,
you start nitpicking at every little thing.
Yeah, you just throw your hands up like, well, we can't do this, we can't do that.
And the costumes are wrinkled and we can't.
Yeah.
This wig is so tangled, it doesn't even look like hair.
This hat doesn't even fit on my head. That's what the guys tell me every week.
Yeah, and so then, whereas if you, I like what you said about the space, because we used to set up and take down every week. And when we did, like we've talked about before, but the first time we did Narnia or like the first Spy theme even, I mean, we've done different themes where it took a massive amount of work. But it was so many people were so excited about it.
Yeah.
And we were, you know, like the pirate ship, I remember that was pretty major in the fellowship hall. We would set that up every single week and take it down. And it was, it was a ship big enough to probably, at that time, maybe 30 kids or something. 30 kids fit in this, and it had a floor because one side was Navy open, right? And one side was pirates. We had like an orangish color for the pirate decking.
I don't remember that, but didn't one side like was open or no?
What do you mean open?
It was like half, wasn't it?
Yeah,
like half?
Was it a half a boat? I thought it was a half a boat.
Oh yeah. Basically, one side was the wall with like a scene setter, and then the other side had a wood, like what do you call it, where it curves, you know, under, and then it had a railing, and we made these railings. The railings were probably like 18 inches tall with spindles, but and we clamped them on every Saturday night when we set up, and it was a different railing depending on what ship it was, whether it was the Navy ship or the pirate ship.
That's cool.
And so, but that was, I mean, major. We had like this back in the back of the ship, or I don't remember all the ship terms, but wherever the back is, at the back of the ship. No, it's like the bow. There's the bow and the stern and the bow.
I don't know nothing about boats.
Anyway, so in the back though, we had like this little cubby where the captain could go in, and then actors could come in and out from there.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just remember
that was major.
I don't even remember his name. Getting in trouble in there by the captain. That's all I remember about that.
Stevie, I think was his name. Yeah, Stevie got in trouble because he was trying to impress Betty,
Yeah.
and he steered the ship off course.
Yeah. But like that was like a fraction of the space we have now.
Oh yeah,
And like that's no excuse, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
and we made it happen. It was awesome.